thought we'd need you back here where we need you. That's all our network executives will let us say of that song. But we are Faith and Whatever, coming to you live from Marion Ranch Records, and that little ditty is going to be released on an album at the end of this month. Is there any sneak peek or hint as to what that album title will be called?
No.
Okay, so I guess we'll just have to wait.
Yeah.
Be sure to check out Marion Ranch Records Twitter, where you can see all the stuff that's happening with what Chris and the gang is doing there. Be sure to follow Garrett on Twitter at TStudentLife. James is at JamesYuile, and unfortunately he's not with us today. He's not dead, but he'll be back. I'm at Josh_Carmen. You can find us on the Instagram.
Yeah, check me out on Instagram. I'm always there.
Yeah, we are on Instagram mainly at faithandwhatever. If you want to connect with us on Facebook, we're at facebook.com/faithandwhatever. So for this week, Emmy week is upon us, and we love TV shows. We probably minored in television and have enough for a PhD between the four of us.
Yeah, I mean, with Chris here, I'm confident. At first, I was like, I don't know if we can say anything, and Chris could give an opinion on every show here. Even if he's seen it, he could tell us if it's trash or not.
Even if I haven't, yeah.
And, well, I mean, I've also watched a lot of TV.
I have opinions on everything, even things I don't know about.
Welcome to being an American. So we're going to be talking about the Hollywood Reporter's list of the Emmys and the full list of nominations, and we're going to kind of go through and just give you a little bit of a guide. You know, if you're a TV fanatic or if you're somebody who's looking to binge watch a few series on Netflix or on Hulu, whatever it might be, we have your answers here. So the big ones, right? Everybody's talking about the Emmys this year, but particularly what's going to be the best drama series. And our nominees are The Americans, which is on FX, Game of Thrones on HBO, House of Cards.
That's still on?
Yeah, House of Cards is in its 4th season, Downton Abbey, Better Call Saul, Mr. Robot, or Homeland.
Is Homeland any good?
Okay, so the only one that seems like a joke out of all these to me is Homeland. I'm surprised this is anywhere. Have you seen any of those, Chris?
I've seen a lot of them.
My parents watch it.
Decent or no?
They said they like it.
Homeland?
Yeah.
That's like the one on the list I don't watch.
Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of the way I feel as well. I think it'll be a distant 6th. In those
I don't know what's gonna get it. I mean, probably House of Cards. Haven't they won?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Game of Thrones is totally gonna win.
Now I watched The Americans and I watched Mr. Robot.
Mm-hmm.
I like The Americans. I like the throwback to the 80s. It's kind of funny to see how well they do the kind of the time period,
right?
And they get a lot of that stuff correct.
And 80s are a big thing right now, especially with Stranger Things being as popular as it was.
I don't think people know necessarily the Americans takes place in the 80s if you don't watch it, but they do a good job of kind of showing that Cold War.
But I also wonder if they won't want to give it to Game of Thrones because it would be Game of Thrones again.
I mean, when you put out the best content again, you know?
I mean, I wouldn't say it doesn't deserve it.
I've never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones.
Mophie kind of defies that logic, right? Modern Family.
Yeah.
Like, they win everything every year for the comedy sections. And as they should, because it's the best writing.
But I think it's one of those years where, like, anything that wins, you'd be like, okay, yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah. And I feel that way. I
think
watch
Mr. Robot can compete with...
Oh, yeah. Because
it can, content-wise, but I don't think it will.
But what about Better Call Saul?
Better Call Saul, I think it is just special to people because of Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's not the only reason it's special. It's a great show. But I think that it's a special thing to a lot of people because of Breaking Bad.
And it's good. I mean, it is. So, for me, Game of Thrones, I don't watch. But House of Cards, Better Call Saul, and Mr. Robot are my big ones.
Like one of the only shows that's really doing kind of weird, interesting.
They're so odd.
In a primetime spot.
Sometimes in seasons 1 and 2, I've thought it was a little bit over the top. There, like it was like the continuous shots, like, oh, this can't be real, this can't be real, this is real, this can't be real, and like the dissociative identity disorder problem that he's kind of suffering through is a little bit like, okay, like I get it, let's kind of move the plot forward, but I don't know, man. I don't see anybody else really trying to mimic that style.
You guys need to go watch, even if you're not Game of Thrones fans, go watch even just the clip from the Battle of the Bastards.
Okay.
They had the big fight between the two illegitimate sons, and it would have been an accomplishment for a film to do it, for a movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The fact they did it for a TV show.
What is Game of Thrones about? Some clans clashing?
It's a very
That's Clash of Clans. Yeah. Also a fantastic game.
It's a very involved plot. But basically everybody's trying to.
And what country does it take place in?
Medieval fantasy.
Okay, so it's
everybody's trying to rule the world.
Takes place in Middle Earth or next to Middle Earth.
Not a real location.
It's in Westeros.
3/4 Earth
mostly.
Thereabout. And so what do you pick? What do you think is going to win, Chris?
I really don't know. I think anything that wins.
If it were your choice, who would Chris's pick?
I don't know if I could See, I love the Americans. I love Game of
We're
Thrones.
gonna call
I
this
love House of
section.
Cards.
So we'll analyze all these things for you, our dear friend who is listening to us on the podcast or watching us on YouTube, and then we're gonna go to Chris's corner as he will declare the winner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess Game of Thrones just for the Battle of the Bastards.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
But wait, that came out this year.
I believe
that would be
so.
Last year.
Yeah, that would be last year's, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know then.
Okay. So, but you're still saying GOT just probably because it's GOT.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not confident on that, but
that makes sense. Okay, so let's go to best comedy series. This is probably a little bit more up our alley. Veep, Transparent, Silicon Valley, or Silicone, depending on how you pronounce it correctly or incorrectly. Modern Family, Master of None, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, or Blackish. I love Blackish, and I
Never
love
seen
Modern Family.
Yeah, Modern Family's great.
I think both of these shows are absolutely hilarious. I think
You
Blackish
seen Unbreakable?
and not too much. I mean, I've watched it, but it just didn't hold my interest. I didn't think it was bad.
It's really funny, and then it's really stupid. Like a few minutes later.
but good for Netflix for getting 2 shows in there.
Yeah, that's I think what I've been most impressed by. Personally, I'm not a fan of Aziz Ansari. I don't think he's that funny. I've seen every stand-up he's ever done in terms of
At least you
recording.
give it an honest try.
And
I haven't seen anything.
I don't think, and I think if you watch his Netflix reviews for his stand-up, that kind of fits the bill. But I do think he does better in scripted shows. I thought he was funny in Parks and Rec, right? Yeah, Parks and Rec.
He was really funny.
I thought he was funny in that, and maybe because somebody else is writing his material and he's not writing his own. But yeah, so do you like Master of None, Chris?
I have not seen Master. Oh yes, I did. I think I got like 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
I
a
don't have
certain type
HBO.
of humor that maybe isn't for everyone.
Really?
yeah.
I want to. You said it's really. You got to know a lot of IT stuff to get
Well,
the
if,
jokes.
if you know anything about the tech industry and that sort of thing,
Oh,
it's
right,
twice
right.
as funny. But
Startups
there's some
and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
there's some good jokes that are just good jokes. And I don't know. I love Veep. I think Veep is hilarious. And Veep depends all on the writing.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
there's no real slapstick or what would you call it? Physical comedy. Not so much.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's more just quick quips and insults and.
So who do you think wins in Chris's corner?
Transparent.
I'd go to Silicon Valley.
Okay. So is that your pick? Who you want to win? Or
That's
who
who
you,
I want to win.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
And because
fair
I
enough.
like Mike Judge. It's a
Okay.
Mike Judge show.
Yeah.
So.
Anything Mike Judge touches turns into gold, really.
Yeah, I want to see it.
But isn't there kind of a curse with him in terms of like shows winning awards?
I don't know.
There, I mean, it's like every show he's ever done has been hilarious, but I don't think King of the Hill won that many things. There,
right.
I
But-
think King of the Hill wasn't appreciated in its time.
yeah, it's freaking hilarious now. Okay, so best actor in a drama series, Kyle Chandler in Bloodline. What's
Bloodline. Oh,
I
I've
d-
seen the pictures for
Yeah,
it.
it's not something that's held my attention. Rami Malek, I hope I said that right, in Mr. Robot. Bob Odenkirk in Better Call Saul. I love Bob Odenkirk because he is a story of his success story is just one of like time, right? He's just kind of like waited around until he got something to be his big break.
Yeah.
Just like Hal from that's from Malcolm in the Middle. Wait, what's his name? What's his actual name? The guy from Breaking Bad.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, just like Bryan Cranston, right?
Yeah.
He was doing bit parts forever. Matthew Reese from The Americans, Liev Schreiber as Ray Donovan, or Kevin Spacey from House of Cards. So another Netflix making its way.
Now, The Americans is the only show. Well, I've seen Mr. Robot. Matthew Rice, I think he does really well. So the thing I like about it is he's super Scottish, and so he does a good job of.
Really? I had no idea.
Oh my gosh, hear him in an interview,
Yeah.
and you can barely understand him. But then all of a sudden he has to play a Russian American. So I think difficulty.
He's a guy playing another guy.
Yeah. So he's a guy who's actually
What do you
Russian
mean, you people?
playing American. So there's times in his storyline where he's speaking Russian, and acting Russian, however they act. I don't know. But
in Soviet Russia, car
Russian.
drives you.
So I think it's I think there's some skill in there.
But this is a
And,
great list, isn't it? I mean,
and he does a good job of like the nice dad husband and then like the assassin. So like there's a lot of like difficult acting he has to do in a really broad range. He's got to do in one show.
So
all the guys on this list have just been killing it in their parts.
Rami Malek, am I saying that right? Rami Malek, dude is weird. He's such a good weird. Like he's got the.
Like he plays it so well.
He's got the weirdest eyes I've ever seen, and just in terms of not because of how big they are, but because of the stare that he gives. Like his ability, I was going to bed last night after I watched it till like super late. 2 nights in a row, I was up to like 4 and then like 1 watching Mr. Robot and like just kind of trying to binge it to be ready for this. And I was just like, well, I mean, research purposes. But like he stares at me, and like when I close my eyes, I just see his stare. And it's just like, God, it's terrifying.
It's a very intense stare.
But I think these actors,
he would never have that hot of a friend if he was in real life.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Nobody would.
And so this
have you seen Ray Donovan?
And
no, what is that?
Yeah, he's the guy who cleans up after people.
Cleans up after celebrities in Hollywood.
Good show.
Like if
the show's called Ray Donovan?
Yeah.
That's
his character's name. So like if some celebrity kills a prostitute, he's the guy who goes and gets rid of the body.
What channel is that on?
HBO. Showtime.
Showtime. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Showtime.
No, Showtime, yeah.
I don't watch any of
it.
He plays it really well.
It's good. He's like a not friendly kind of good. Do you know what I mean? Like a little bit closer to Kevin Spacey, right? In terms of like creepy.
Yeah, but also, you find out he was abused as a kid. Yeah. So there's all this backstory.
Is that the actor?
Yeah, the one with the beard.
He like always plays the bad guy in movies.
Yeah, he always plays the evil brother.
Yeah, and so it's kind of weird because he's the protagonist. I wouldn't call him a good guy. Yeah. He's the protagonist of the show.
He's good though. I mean, I've seen him in other stuff. He's really good. What was he in? He was in like...
Yeah, he was Sabretooth.
Wasn't he in Scream?
Yeah, he pops up everywhere as the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, anytime you see him on screen, you're like, oh, that's going to be the bad guy.
I think Kevin Spacey is a shoo-in to take this
great.
one.
Yeah, probably.
He's so creepy in this season of House of Cards.
Yeah.
He's terrifying, really creepy. And he's so dark, but he does it so smoothly and communicates it so provocatively in a way that not just makes you think, but makes you wonder, like, is this show just based on Hillary Clinton's campaign?
Because he's obviously too smart to be Donald Trump. Right?
And so, yeah, it's just like all these random people appear dead in places after like leaking information. Have you seen the meme of the deer that's dead on the highway and says, "What did this deer know about the Clinton campaign?" Anyway, best Chris's corner. Who do you think wins?
I'm pulling for my man Liev.
Okay.
I'd like to see, kind of guy who's gotten smaller parts and now he's got a chance to shine. I'd like to see it pay off for him.
Okay, very good. Best actress in a drama series, Viola Davis in How to Get Away with Murder, Claire Danes in Homeland, Taraji P. Henson in Empire, Tatiana Maslany in Orphan Black, Carrie Russell in The Americans, and Robin Wright in House of Cards.
Gonna go Robin Wright on that one, huh?
What do you think?
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Taraji's also an excellent,
is.
super, super strong character.
I've only seen The Americans and Carrie Russell's.
And
pretty good.
Dude, Empire is a crazy show. Lots of like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen there, at least for me. And I'm not necessarily the best at reading plot lines all the time and like catching stuff. I think which makes me a better TV viewer because I just, same as magic, right? You don't try and figure out how the trick's done. You just enjoy it. I'd like to see Taraji P. Henson win. Robin Wright I would also be good with and think she does a good job. Chris's corner, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with Robin Wright.
Okay.
It was an interesting year for her character and
it took a couple of big steps forward.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do best actor and actress in a comedy series, and then we'll probably cap it there.
Yeah.
Anthony Anderson in Blackish, Aziz Ansari in Master of None, meh. Will Forte, The Last Man on Earth,
so funny.
William H. Macy in Shameless, Thomas Middleditch in Silicon Valley, and Jeffrey Tambor in Transparent.
Shameless is painful? William H. Macy?
It's painful not because it's bad. It's a really well done show, but like
his character.
Yeah, the situations like he's
kind of cringeworthy.
Yeah, it makes you cringe a lot at their.
Have you seen Last Man on Earth? Have you seen
that?
Oh, it's so funny to watch him just transform. And just like he kind of goes crazy because he's Last Man on Earth. And so at the beginning he's kind of normal, and at the end he's like talking to people and the mannequins in the store and just literally going crazy. It's really funny. And then he finds another person and he kind of the cycle repeats itself.
I don't want Aziz Ansari to win.
Wow. Okay.
I just don't. I don't know. I'm
not terrible.
You're the biggest fan
Josh
of him.
has a personal vendetta over here.
Yeah,
he was. We could have got him on the show, but I don't know anymore.
No, I asked him not to be on. I would like to see Anthony Anderson win. I have loved every single movie and every single character role he's ever done. I just for whatever reason, it's like this really weird man crush. It's a weird person to have a man crush on.
What's Shameless about? What happens to him?
It's basically just following this kind of lower class family through all their ups and downs.
Okay.
And they're kind of awful people. Well, not all, but I mean, William H. Macy plays kind of an awful character.
I think I've never seen.
But he's
a
lovable. He's
preview.
like a lovable alcoholic, horrible father. Yeah, it is kind of
Season 7,
tough
so
to
it's been on
watch.
for a long time.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to watch sometimes because you feel for these people. But
I never even.
Best actress in a comedy. Oh, wait, Chris's Corner. Who do we got?
I'll go with William Macy.
Okay,
Yeah,
and Shameless.
It's good. It's tough. Like,
Is it like a bad good?
Yeah,
it's a
I mean, it's
painful
like
good?
really well done, but that's part of why it's sometimes tough to watch.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Okay, best actress in a comedy series. Our last one here. Ellie Kemper in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. That is the TV show I have not seen. Julia Louis-Dreyfus in Veep. Clever. She's good at that kind of like rhetorical humor, right? Laurie Metcalf in Getting On. Tracy Ellis Ross in Blackish. Amy Schumer in Inside Amy Schumer. Lily Tomlin in Grace and Frankie. I feel like it might be a sin to say this, but I don't like Amy Schumer at all.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Just don't think she's as funny.
She's America's sweetheart who drinks Bud Light.
She's like a less funny version of Lisa Lampanelli to me.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't think she's that funny. Do you like her, Chris?
No.
Okay, just kind of meh about her. I like Tracy Ellis Ross in Blackish. I think the dynamic. Again, I think I just really like Blackish.
Yeah, I've only seen Unbreakable, and she's pretty good. I mean, she's pretty good in it.
Chris's Corner.
I'm gonna go with Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Okay.
I love Veep. Cracks me up.
Okay, good. And real quickly, just wanted to do Hollywood Reporter recently also just did the top 5 shows of all time. I'm sorry, they did the top 100 shows of all time, but I'm just going to read top 5, and we're going to play a little game, see if you guys can't guess them, okay?
Top 5 shows of all time?
Yeah.
MASH.
And MASH is not on there, but
Dallas.
What I will do is I'll let me describe them for you a little bit, give you a little bit of context clues.
Thank you.
This show, number 5, okay, it was on from 1989 to 1998. Okay.
19 what?
89.
To 98.
Yeah, 89 to 98. And it was on NBC.
Simpsons the good years. Oh, it does.
And Simpsons still on, man.
No, I said the good
Oh,
years.
the good years. Yeah.
89 to 98.
It's on NBC.
Yeah, it was on NBC. Do you have any ideas?
Walker.
This one?
Can you give me a genre?
It's comedy.
Oh, 89 to 98.
Yeah, I feel like the years should kind of give that away there.
Oh gosh. Frasier.
No, good guess though.
Cosby Show?
No, less
I guess those are
less
earlier than
rapey.
that.
Seinfeld.
Yes, very good. I don't know how you got that out of a less rapey clue, but right on.
Less rapey.
This one, you know, Bill Cosby is the most prolific serial rapist in American history.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Even if half of these are true, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt and say 75% of these things are false.
This whole podcast went weird.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
over
even-
50 allegations of rape,
I don't even.
sexual assault.
How do you rape that many people and not find out until one moment?
It's a
one day?
lot of roofies, man. Okay, and this one, I'm a little bit meh about this choice, mainly because it's not done yet, and so it's hard for me when you give like best show ever, right, to shows that aren't done. But this one, it's 2011 to present.
2011 to present. Channel.
If I tell you the channel, it'll give it away.
HBO probably or Netflix.
Yeah, it's in that. It's in one of those two.
HBO 2011 to present.
House of Cards.
No, it's
Netflix.
Yeah, you said.
Oh, sorry, HBO. It's on.
Yeah, okay.
I just gave it away.
So Game of
Game of
Thrones.
Yeah, it's Game of Thrones. You know, I think Game of Thrones is a great show, from what I've been told. I mean, I can't watch it.
Well, no matter what, it's going to be one of the top 5 ever because of the production.
Okay.
It's
So
such
that's a
giant
fair thing
production.
in your mind.
Yeah, it's
All
just
right.
The scope of what they have done for a TV show, I think it's probably beyond any other TV show.
Okay. Fair enough. This one is number 3. This ran from 1993 to 2002 on Fox. And it's not Ally McBeal, surprisingly. Even though actually that one was like number 95 on the list.
93 to 2002, so it was on a long time.
Yeah, and this is
Friends.
Fox's first home run.
Is it Friends?
No,
Yeah,
Fox was on
they were
NBC.
Fox.
I don't know what channel it was on.
And
Fox's first home run.
Yeah, as a TV series. I mean, I guess second one behind The Simpsons. But this one is very much like hard sci-fi, I think.
I don't think any sci-fi shows have ever. Oh wait, what are
Oh,
the years?
totally. 93 to 02.
93 to 02.
It was on for 9 years.
Yeah, come on. You know this. You guys know this one.
Yeah.
Battlestar, Star Wars, or Star Trek. X-Files.
Yeah, good. Okay. I think this one has my vote as the best show ever.
X-Files?
No. This is number 2. Ran for 5 years. Say my name.
What?
Is the hint.
Oh,
Josh?
Boston Legal.
No. Denny Crane.
I loved Boston
Yeah,
Legal.
that's my favorite
Say
show
my
of all
name.
time, for sure.
James Spader and Will Shatner were so good.
That's the clue. Say my name.
Say my name.
Breaking Bad.
Yes. I would have voted this one the best show of all time.
Breaking Bad was so painful, though.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
were some really terrible episodes.
No.
I mean, so many bad things are constantly happening to him.
Catch him while he's trying to burn his house down. Like, come on.
It's almost like it makes you tired watching it.
Yeah.
This one is, you know that I'll always be there for you. This one is the number 1 show of all time, according to the Hollywood Reporter, and it was on for 10 years on NBC, 94 to 04.
Friends.
Yeah. What do you think?
No.
Meh.
It's
Greatest
good.
film of all, or greatest TV show of all
Yeah,
time.
I don't know if it's the greatest.
Ever? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do Friends ever. I would put it in the top 10, but I couldn't put
See,
it
I
in
would
the
put
number
MASH
1.
above Friends.
And yeah, because it did it first.
And it was, had kind of political messages and very serious things and very funny things.
I'd put
and-
Scrubs above Friends. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
And
For
first
sure.
7 seasons of Scrubs for sure.
Yeah, I mean, before they got terrible.
Scrubs the college years was kind of rough.
Yeah, okay. That doesn't even count.
That's
Yeah.
not canon. So that will function in place of our 20 questions game. We're gonna bring 20 questions back for
We are?
people who are listening, but we're gonna do it not video segment. It's only gonna be podcast only.
Okay.
There for our lovely podcast
I don't
listener.
I don't know if you can't participate live. I'm not quite sure.
No, we're just gonna do it. Just
All
people
right,
that play.
just
I have gotten I have
requests.
received literally multiple messages of people saying
Dozens.
I like to play
There are
along.
dozens of us who want this back.
I like to play along with the
Okay.
show. They just
All right.
like to do it on
I
their own
thought the
time.
live thing was cool. I
And
like
where was
getting.
Firefly on the list?
Oh man, where was
Oh, let's
Firefly?
see.
It's
No,
gotta.
it's
It
on
has
there.
to have more than
It's
one.
number
season.
68.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
number
there's a full
68 on
list?
the,
I
on
mean, I
the
was only
list.
half joking.
Is Lost on there?
Yeah, Lost is like way up towards the top.
All right,
Lost,
so we'll put the list in the description. So
yeah,
people
you
check
can
out the
check
whole
it out
thing.
on your own because I don't care what you think.
Lost.
No, just kidding. Lost is number 15.
That's what I was gonna
There.
guess.
And
15,
then
12.
where do you think Simpsons is, Chris?
That should really be top 5.
Yeah,
it's like
I would say
one of
8,
the longest running
7.
shows ever.
It's number 10.
Yeah.
It's
There.
pretty good.
Number 8 is I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
6 is Sopranos. 7 is Saturday Night Live. And number 9 is Mad Men. Just to round out your top 10. I think that's a fairly good list overall. I think that's
Yeah.
fairly fair.
Is Scrubs in there?
Yeah, Scrubs is not in the top 20 though. Scrubs is number 87.
Well, it's not
Yeah, which is
bad
about right.
to make it in the top 100.
Yeah, kudos. It's not better than Get Smart, that's for sure. Or Gilligan's Island, which
Get
ranked right
Smart's
above
good.
it. So I do like that Sesame Street made it at 79. It just makes me happy.
What
So
about Mr. Rogers?
and oh yeah, it's on there.
Okay.
Let me see. I don't remember what number it is.
Speaking
So-
of Pastors with Purpose.
and be
There you
sure to follow us. I love that he was never mentioning religion on his show though.
You love that?
Unlike us.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool that he could totally be a good influence like that, and people find out and they're like, "Oh wow, a guy who wasn't overly religious in his tonality. It's nice." Anyway, feel free to follow us on all forms of social media. You can connect with us on Twitter. We are at faithandwhatever. You can find me at Josh_Carmen, Jamie at James Ewell, Garrett at TStudentLife, Chris at Marion Ranch, and be sure to give us a follow on Instagram. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way, that's good with us. Let us know what you
Agreed.
think of the list in the comments, and feel free to share it on all forms of your own social media. If you have an idea of what you would like us to talk about, please feel free to email us at faithandwhatever@gmail.com. Thanks so much, and we hope you have a great week.
See ya.